I'm back with my multiple review, and I've got for you now Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS.
Running away with a space matter box, anything could happen to you. It's good salvage. I can smell it. Clara, where is she? She's still on board. If you help me get her out, you get the machine, the salvage of a lifetime. Multiple life forms on board the TARDIS.
What do you keep in here?
What are you, eh? A trick? A trap? We do what we came for. Tear the ship apart.
If we're gonna die here, you're gonna tell me what they are.
I can't. Where are we going? The centre of the TARDIS.
So, this is Doctor Who, Series 7. In my counting order, it's episode 11. In the other counting order where you don't include the snowmen, it's episode 10. But it's Series 7 Part 2 or Part B, Episode 5, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, which of course got its inspiration from the novel Journey to the Centre of the Earth, which got turned into a film with Brendan Fraser, which I haven't seen. Let me know if I should see that film. Let me know if there was like any nods to the film in the episode, because I personally have no idea. This was one that I was only originally looking forward to for seeing new rooms in the TARDIS. I thought this was going to be the silly episode. A bit much like the Rings of Akaten turned out to be. The Rings of Akaten turned out to be the silly episode. I thought this was going to be the silly episode. I thought, oh god, it's got a really cheesy title. It's going to be really stupid and silly. But actually, pleasantly surprised, it is my favourite episode of Series 7 so far. And I'm going to explain to you why. Right, so we start off, the Doctor is trying to get Clara to kind of like bond with the TARDIS, kind of get a connection with the TARDIS. So he puts the TARDIS on basic mode, and by doing that he shut off the shields, allowing a salvage crew to attack the TARDIS and take it in for salvaging, which then of course Clara ends up getting trapped in the TARDIS, and the Doctor has to convince the salvage crew to save Clara in an hour, in 60 minutes, and yeah, basically with a fake self-destruct system that doesn't actually work. And what was good about this episode is first of all, this episode was perfectly paced. This was a story that they knew they could fit into 45 minutes. It wasn't a story where they felt like they had to cram in a kind of 45-minute two-parter story into one, which is the problem. That's the biggest problem with some of the episodes so far. They need to bring two-parters back. In fact, they need to bring back the old series system where we just had one 13-episode series that started in April, ended in summer, and then we just had that big wait to the Christmas special. In fact, I kind of preferred the big wait to the Christmas special because I got, more and more excited as it came around. Whereas instead, Stephen Moffat did it so that we'd get more Doctor Who in a year. So we had Series 6 Part 1, break, Series 6 Part 2, and a Christmas special, very evenly paced. But then when did we get Series 7 Part 1? September the following year. That's a much bigger gap than from about July to December. December to September. That's a massive gap. I thought they were going to do it in August. I knew it wasn't coming around till autumn, but I didn't think it would be as late as September. But enough of my rambling. The best thing about Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS is the fact of all the references. You had the Encyclopedia of Gallifrey, you had the history of the Time War, you had a reference to the Eye of Harmony. In fact, the reference to the Eye of Harmony then did show the Eye of Harmony, sort of, ish. Which, I don't know, it's hard to say. Let's do a vote on my review. Which Eye of Harmony did you prefer? The Eye of Harmony that appeared in the movie, that was a massive set that had the big stone eye. That's if you've seen the movie, obviously. If you haven't, I don't know, Google Doctor Who TV movie Eye of Harmony, or YouTube it, see what you get. But just see if you can try and find an image of it. It's basically where the final kind of battle between the Doctor and the Master goes on. And this is a screenshot there of the Doctor in the Eye of Harmony bit. Yeah, did you prefer that Eye of Harmony or the Eye of Harmony in the Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS? I'm a little bit undecided because obviously the TV movie had a much bigger budget and could have a big set that was the Eye of Harmony, whereas with Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, it was kind of more special effects, more visual effects, really, because obviously they can't make a massive set to resemble the Eye of Harmony. But it was really interesting because I have heard that after Gallifrey was destroyed, the Doctor had to use the heart of the TARDIS as the alternate power supply because he couldn't get power from the Eye of Harmony anymore because Gallifrey was destroyed. But clearly that's not the case because the Eye of Harmony's there. So I wonder what's going to happen. But basically the only reason the Eye of Harmony came into it was because when the Doctor switched off the fake self-destruct system, it turned out that the engines were overriding anyway, so it was going to blow. But we found out a lot more to the Clara mystery, actually, because the creatures that look a bit like pyroviles are actually Clara, and Clara has died again, and the Doctor prevented the future. So I don't know how that's going to play out in the finale, the fact that the Doctor's prevented Clara from dying a third time. Plus, Clara read the History of the Time War book, and surely, this is my big theory, it's everybody's big theory that I've seen. Surely the history of the Time War would be written in Gallifreyan. Now, Gallifreyan doesn't translate in the TARDIS because it's the language of the Time Lords. So how did Clara read the book? Unless it was like double language, so it's like human and Gallifreyan. But that's highly unlikely. So how did Clara read the book? Is the big question. And now, in my opinion, if she's going to go down a kind of possible Time Lord route, I think she's either going to be Jenny, the Doctor's daughter from the Doctor's daughter. Even though she didn't change in that episode, she didn't change appearance, who knows, she might have eventually got that ability. Or she might possibly be Romana, or possibly the Rani in like human disguise. I'm not sure because she's managed to survive twice. She survived death twice. And my original thought that it was going to be a big cop-out, like, it's just Clara at different point. Clara's, like, family tree at different points. And I thought, oh, that's going to be stupid. But no, it's more than that. And yeah, I've got a theory that she could possibly be a Time Lord, which would be very interesting. But yeah, that's a journey to the centre of the TARDIS in a nutshell. One other thing that I really liked was it's quite hard to make out all the voices. You need to kind of watch it and put your ear to the TV. But there is a sequence where you hear all the voices, and the one that sticks out the most is Christopher Eccleston's voice going, "The assembled hordes of Genghis Khan couldn't get through those doors, and believe me, they've tried." And then you've got Amy Pond going, "We are in space, woo!" But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like classic voices in there, but it's more of just kind of trying to pick them out. You got to watch it enough times and trying to pick out each voice because they're all played together, kind of over the top of each other, and it's kind of more of just a sequence when one of the salvage crew's tearing apart the TARDIS console, and it's just kind of like, it's almost like the TARDIS is responding to it. It's kind of like in pain, so all these voices are just kind of like voices of the past, of what's been in the TARDIS, what's gone inside and out of it, and that was quite nice. And I actually give this episode 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, nicely paced, a lot of good references. Next time, the Crimson Horror. This is the one that I feel like I'm going to really hate. Mainly because it's Doctor and Clara Light. and it's very heavy with Jenny, Strax, and Madame Vastra. Now, I don't mind those characters, but they can be a bit annoying. But apparently it is very centralised around them, so we'll have to wait and see. But we've only got 3 more episodes: The Crimson Horror, Nightmare in Silver, and The Name of the Doctor. Let's see if these can deliver and be better than Journey to Central TARDIS. Because at the moment, nothing's going to beat it. I'm really hoping Nightmare in Silver becomes my favourite episode, because I'm really looking forward to that one. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, see you guys later.
We are going to the north. Sweetville, an ideal community for happy, prosperous workers. No one who ever goes to live there ever seems to come out. I suspect all is not quite as it seems.
Up like a bad penny, young man.
The Crimson Horror. That's what they're calling it. My plans must be accelerated. Mrs. Gilliflower, we've got to stop her.